This chart shows the gap between an average service advisor and an elite one. The industry baseline sits at 1.8 customer pay hours per repair order, while elite advisors consistently hit 3.5. While technical skill and technician efficiency play a role in total throughput, the menu presentation is the specific moment where the most potential revenue is either captured or lost. Before you even open that menu, you need the foundation we built in week 1. The interactive walk-around at the vehicle is where you establish your expertise and build trust with the customer. But once the customer reaches your station, that trust is either converted into authorized work or it is completely wasted. If your menu presentation is flawed, the relationship you just built at the car disappears, and the potential revenue goes with it. The most important sentence in your presentation is the first one. Most advisors open by saying, "I wanted to go over some recommendations with you today." Instantly, the customer's guard goes up. They brace for a sales pitch before you name a single item. You bypass that defense by using a manufacturer-backed opener. This acknowledges exactly why they came in, while setting the expectation that there is additional information to cover. Instead of relying on your personal opinion, you deliver this precise phrasing. "I show you have an appointment for your oil change, but there are some important recommendations at this mileage that the manufacturer recommends." Immediately after delivering that opener, you take your tablet and physically turn the screen 180 degrees so it faces the customer. Turning the tablet creates a shared review. The customer participates in the process instead of just listening to a presentation. These first 30 seconds determine the customer's mindset. Positioning the manufacturer as the authority allows the customer to focus on the vehicle's requirements instead of feeling defensive about a sales pitch. Even with the right setup, many advisors fall into a specific trap that destroys their presentation rate: the zero presentation item. You might see a customer walk through the doors looking like they are in a hurry, or notice they booked a quick oil change. Based on that quick glance, you prejudge their willingness to buy and decide to skip the menu entirely. You do not know what a customer will approve until you ask them. Your mandate is a 100% presentation rate. You present every item at the current mileage interval on every repair order without exception. Presenting completely does not mean rapid-firing a list of prices and overwhelming the customer. They cannot make an informed decision without context. You read the item, state the price, and provide exactly one clear sentence explaining why that specific service matters. When you skip an item, you make an unauthorized financial decision on the customer's behalf before they even speak. A service that is never offered guarantees zero revenue. This brings us to a major assumption on the service drive that costs advisors heavily: the idea that electric vehicles represent a loss in maintenance revenue. That assumption is incorrect. This diagram shows the weight distribution of an EV compared to a standard combustion engine vehicle. An EV battery pack often adds over 1,000 pounds to the chassis. That extra weight drastically accelerates tire wear and creates balance issues. A tire rotation on an EV is an incomplete service unless you present it with balancing every single time. Now look at the brake lines. Because EVs use regenerative braking to slow down, the physical brakes are used far less frequently. Less use means less heat cycling in the brake fluid, which actually causes moisture to accumulate much faster. The replacement interval is critical. Add in manufacturer-specific intervals, like replacing the coolant reservoir on Audi EV drive units. If you do not know these intervals, you lose your credibility in the room. Electric vehicles require a specialized maintenance approach focused on weight dynamics and chemical properties. Technical authority is built by presenting these specific requirements with precision. Once you have presented every item on the menu and delivered the final price, you must execute a strict psychological discipline. Stop talking entirely. The silence that follows is simply the customer processing clear information. If you get uncomfortable and fill that silence with apologies, like, "You don't have to do it all today," you instantly devalue the service you just recommended. The process does not end at the desk. If a customer leaves to think about a brake fluid exchange, calls back ready to approve it, and hits an automated queue, that sale dies. They will just call the next shop on their list. To recover deferred work, you need a proactive system. When you reach out later, you do not deliver a blind sales pitch. You deliver a professional follow-up. When you were in last month, the technician found an issue with your alignment. I am following up to make sure it was taken care of. Combining absolute silence at the close with a live, reliable response on the phone preserves the trust you built and keeps pending decisions alive. We have built a strict workflow. Use the manufacturer-backed opener, conduct a shared tablet review, maintain the silent close, and always answer the phone with a live person. Every customer deserves to know exactly what the manufacturer recommends for their vehicle's specific mileage. When you withhold that critical information because you prejudge their reaction, you are ultimately failing to protect their long-term investment. Here is your operational challenge for the week. Execute a 100% menu presentation rate. Every repair order, every visit, 0 exceptions. Stop making decisions for the customer. Let the manufacturer's data carry the weight of the recommendation. Present it with confidence and let the customer decide for themselves.